Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I have a fun little farmhouse sign and a new surface. This is a shiplap sandwich board we're going to use tonight to make a fun, different kind of project. So I have this cow cut out here. This is from my shop. Let me just make sure. So this is the transfer we're going to use tonight. I want to make sure that I have it the right direction because we're going to paint the background of it. Okay, so you can comment milk on this post to get the link, to get all the stuff. So I'm going to use Camel, and we're not going to use a paintbrush, okay? We are going to just use a baby wipe to paint with. Let me see if I can't get this to paste really quick. There we go. All right, so keyword is up. Everything's ready. I just got a little bit of paste right out of my jar onto my baby wipe, and I'm going to spread that on this cow, okay? So this is not going to give you full coverage, okay? It'll be a light brown. You can do this with any color of our paste, or paint, honestly. You could probably do it with it too, to make more of a stain effect, okay? Now, I'm going to do a second layer on this one in just a second, but I'll take my sandwich board now, and I'm going to do the same exact thing on it, okay? So, I'm going to just get some paste, again, on my baby wipe, and I need a little bit of water, actually. I'm going to spray some water inside of my jar, too, because it's a little bit thicker consistency than what I really need. Hi, Laura. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Joanne. Howdy to you, too. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I wasn't here last night. I had a bad upset stomach last night, y'all. Real bad. In fact, I took off work today because I was still not feeling well this morning. And luckily, I think, hopefully I'm over it now. I don't know. I think I ate something funny last night, and it was not working for me. So I took the day off to try and get my life back together. So I did, y'all. I had an interview that I had to do this morning for one of our other business units in India. And so this poor guy that we interviewed, it was like 7 o'clock their time at night. And it was 7 a.m. here when we started. And I feel bad because they cater to our time zone a lot. And I mean, it was still early for me. I don't usually start until about 8 in the morning. But this poor guy had to get online at 7 his time. At nighttime after a long day of work, I'm sure, and talk to us. But I think he's going to work out, so that's great. I'm excited about it. I think he'll be good. So, anywho, I've been laying in my bed most of the day, trying my best to try and feel better. Oh my gosh, I'm making a giant mess over here. Let's get that cleaned up. I've got paste all over the place now. I just toppled that lid over, and it went everywhere. So I'm doing this on the sandwich board to kind of keep that natural brown. Give it a little bit of a tint with my Camel paste. I'm almost out of water here. And I don't want full coverage, so that's why I didn't want to use a paintbrush tonight. So this is a great way to stain. You can do this with like our brown paste, the bark, and it makes a great stain. You can do it with black and get a darker stain. Just make sure that you add a little bit of water and thin it out some so that it's not so thick, and so that it doesn't go on full coverage, okay? Alright. I should have taped this one down too, but I have my cow underneath. Alright. Okay. a kind of cool technique so that you get a stained effect and you still see some of the natural wood color, okay? And again, you can do this with any one of our paste colors or paint for that matter. Just water it down a little bit. Get yourself a baby wipe. And spread it. And that's it. Simple. Then you're not dirtying up a paintbrush too. Which is my favorite. The less tools I have to clean at the end of the night, the better. Okay? I am a lazy crafter and I don't want to clean up anything. Alright. Here we go. Now, make sure I got the coverage that I want. So I'm going to let this dry and then we'll come back to it here in a minute and make sure that it looks the way that we want it to. I'm going to do one more layer on my cow just to get it a little bit darker brown, and then I think we'll be good to go. And we'll put the transfer on, and this project's going to be super simple, okay? Nothing to it. There is a hanger for this sandwich board so that you can decide if you want to hang it or if you want it to lean and be a shelf sitter. You can do that. Either way, the hanger will come with it. You can comment milk to get the link to get all this stuff, okay? Plus, I have a sale going on right now on my Etsy page. So everything on my Etsy is 30% off right now through the end of next week, or middle of next week, sorry, to celebrate my 3rd anniversary with chalk. Yesterday was my 3-year anniversary. Can you believe that? I cannot. It does not seem like it's been that long that I've been loving chalk, but here we are. Killing it with chalk, actually, is probably more a better term. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Welcome. All right, so I'm going to dry this really quick. Just make sure it's good and dry. And I need to dry my sandwich board, too. I think that's fine. So I do use tape to tape my cutouts down right to my glass mat. You can get the link to this glass mat whenever you comment the keyword. At the bottom of that message, you'll see the link to my Amazon storefront. You can go in there and look under crafts and you'll see it. Hi, Donna. How are you, love? Welcome. All right, I'm going to dry this really good. I think we're good on color here. It doesn't look like I did much to it, but we're going to add a little bit of bark. This is bark as an accent here in just a second before we do anything else. Hopefully that link, or the thing is turned on. Let me make sure. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright. It looks like it's working. That's good. Alright. Okay, so this is my bark paste. I've added a little bit of water to it. It's like at the dredges at the bottom, okay? I'm going to grab a little, and then I'm going to get another baby wipe and kind of dab it off because I don't want all of that, okay? I just want a little bit. Like, I'm going to start small and then we can work our way up, okay? So I'm just adding a little bit of like, I don't know, just a little bit of depth, I guess, to this color, because the camel's great, but it's not really, I mean, it's just flat, right? So just going along the shiplap lines, and the sandwich board does have score lines on it, okay? Where the shiplap is. So just going along there, and then I'm going to add just a little bit more inside to kind of give it a wood grain sort of effect, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Wood grain is not perfect, but I don't want a ton. of color because I don't want it to be overpowering. Okay, just to give it a little bit of a aged look and a little bit of a wood depth, because this is MDF, so it doesn't have a wood grain or anything like that, okay? But if we do that, I think you can see, it just adds a little bit of something. I don't even know what to call it, but it's something. All right, let me clean myself up, close this up, and then we can move on. So I am going to wax this surface really well. I'm going to wax both. My little cow cutout. Hi, Anita. How are you? Hey, Sam. Welcome. I'm going to wax both because I don't want to pull up my paste off of the surface whenever I put down my transfer. Now, that's a big deal, especially on these chalk cutouts, okay? Because this is like a reusable surface, and a transfer will pull up the paste really super easy, okay? Because it's not smooth. It does have a texture, but it peels it really easy. So don't go crazy with wax on here, but get yourself a good layer of wax on there. Not too much, because you don't want to have it to where it won't let your paste lay down. And then I'm just going to do a light wax on my whole sandwich board, okay? Now, I don't need it on the whole thing, like at the bottom for sure, because that's where my cow's going to go. But I'm not exactly 100% on how this is going to line up at the moment until I put my transfer on it. So I'm going to go ahead and wax the whole thing. I'm doing great. Isn't it great? I did that the other night. I love that sunflower. It is on my website, on my Etsy right now, and it's 30% off if you want to grab it. All right, this is the transfer we're going to use. This is Farm Fresh Milk. Okay, I'm going to take my pheasant cloth and go ahead and lay it out. And for these bigger transfers, this is a C size. It's 12 by 18. It is a big boy, okay? You don't want to get it stuck to itself. So what I like to do is take it and peel it out like this onto my pheasant cloth so that I don't even have to worry. Okay, then it's on here. It's not going to stick to itself, and I can easily fuzz it just like that, okay? So I'm going to pull it up and stick it back down a couple of times, excuse me, on the cow and on the top. Awesome. Yeah, I do too. And my dad actually owns a cow farm, and so anything with cows on it is close to my heart, okay? He is a rancher. Always has been my whole life. We've always had cows at the property. And, you know, it's just one of those things I always grew up around. So, all right, now that I'm fuzzed, I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up. And this outside outline is not going to fit. Okay, so I'm not even going to try and do that. But I am going to line up the rest of it. I have a piece of fuzz or something in there. I want to make sure that I don't have any fuzz where my silk screen meets the transfer. Okay, I want it to stick really nicely, so I'm just going to take that, I'm going to push it down everywhere. And then we're going to use black velvet, and just a mini squeegee. Okay, and we will just get that whole design in there. Now, as you can see, I'm not doing the cow yet. We'll do the cow in just a second on the cutout, and then we will attach it to the sandwich board. Darn it, I should have put my hanger on. I always forget to do that. And then at the end, I'm like, oh no, I want to put my hanger on. And then I have a design on the front. And I'm always worried about messing up my design, but it'll be fine. Hopefully that will be a reminder for all of you. Put your hanger on first, okay? And I'm also trying to hurry because I don't want this to dry in the silk screen, because then your paste isn't going to stick. If it dries in the transfer, it's just going to pull up with the transfer. Okay, so try and hurry and get that put down. Or you can do paste and peel, like as you saw, I just peeled up some of it. to try and keep it from drying ahead of when I was ready for it to dry. Now, because I still have this stuck to my fuzzing cloth, I'm going to just let it hang out, okay, just like that. Now, there's my sandwich board. I think it's pretty good so far. Let me see if I can make some room here. I'm going to leave this stuck to my fuzzing cloth and see if I can stick my little cow in here. Just like so. Hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. But we're going to give it a good old college try. Try to line this baby up. There we go. We got it. Although I do have a piece of fuzz in here, so I'm going to just pull this and grab that out of there so that we can get a really nice seal here, okay? And my cutout is stuck nicely in there. Now, these are chalkable shapes, so that means that they are like a chalkboard material. So you can clean them off if you need to. And since we use paste, you can wipe it off. Just use a board eraser and some water. No chemicals or anything like that needed. Same thing that you would do for your transfer, okay? So you can just spray it down, wipe it with a board eraser, and try again if you mess up. I believe in you. I don't think you're going to mess it up. But in case you're worried, you can try again, okay? That is the beauty of painting with paste also, is that it's not permanent on a surface like this. Oh, that looks wonderful. Look how good that looks. I think I'm going to send this to the farm with my dad. Tell him to hang it up somewhere for me. Alright. So now we've got our pieces all done. Let's get this put together real quick. And hey Alma, how are you? I'm doing good. Thanks for joining me. Get this dried first before we go stick it on here, because I'm going to have to touch it. I don't want to smudge it or anything. It should dry fairly quickly. And as you can see, that surface wax saved me from peeling up any of my background paint. And I could have just left it white too, but I wanted to have it match the rest of this. Now, I do have a bit of an issue here. I went a little bit too low, so I should have brought this up just a little bit. That's okay. This is going to be hanging anyway, so it'll be fine. Uh-oh. Well, oh, my batteries are not lasting as long. I probably need to buy some more. Isn't it cute? I'm glad you like it. Okay. My thing was on, but my battery died. Even though it said it was full whenever I started. That was probably not true, but. Alright, there we go. Oh. Okay, now, oops. Whenever you do this project, you can move the words up a little bit more and not have his legs hanging down. But I messed up my measurements, apparently. I didn't take that into consideration. I don't think I was accounting for the word farm up here. So I should have probably just not used the farm and just did fresh milk, and then it would have been fine. But we live and learn, right? Okay, we're good to go. There's that. We're going to put the backer on this now, or the hanger thing. Now, here's what we're going to do. There's two pieces that come with this hanger. Let me cut a piece of some jute over here. So, there's two pieces. There's this one and there's that one. Now we're going to start with the one with the cutouts on it, okay, like that. And just right in the center with the cutout pieces facing up, okay? I hope y'all can see that. Just like this, okay? And then we have our jute. You can use whatever kind of string or ribbon or whatever you like. And I'm going to push it through the holes. I put a little bit of glue on the end of that. Isn't it great? I love this color too. It's perfect for spring. Although I have paint all over my nails now. That's okay though. It's my life. Pretty much daily. I get paint all over myself. Alright. And then on the other side, same thing. I'm just going to, and I want to do this before I get this all attached. Okay. I want to get this all set up. And my knots are going to go on the inside. I'm just doing a single knot. Nothing special here, okay? And to where it's about that long, okay? I don't want it to be real long because I don't want it to be like floppy, okay? Then I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to just put glue right in those little notches and on this part. And that's where the little my knots are gonna sit, like they'll kind of sit in those little notches, okay, so that this will glue all the way together. I'm glad you caught it too. I'm so happy to see you, Anita. All right, so here we go. That's how your hanger will look after you finish, okay? It'll be 2 layers just like that. And it's super sturdy, or you can just lean this up against something, okay? But I love the hanger. Isn't that cute? What do y'all think? I hope you love it. Isn't it precious? And then we can even, I mean, we can go further, okay? You know I'm a little extra all the time. With a little bit of distressing along the edges. I mean, nothing's clean at the farm, right? So, you expect your wall hangings to be a little bit distressed and old. All right, there we go. So this is just distressing ink. In walnut, I think it is. Yeah, walnut stain. And again, it's on my Amazon. On that link from Amazon. I buy all my stuff from Amazon pretty much. Under craft supplies. And there's a bunch of different colors of this ink. So you can really do a lot of stuff. They make a lot of, there's like card makers and all kinds of, I never even knew. Okay. I watch tons of videos on Facebook all the time, like shorts and stuff, and I see these people making these amazing things with this ink. I just use it to distress things with, but I think that it just adds a little something, right? So, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I sure do appreciate you. You can comment Milk to get all the stuff to make this, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, y'all.